it started in 2004. I launched it. Well, okay, it started in 2003. I spent about 8 months writing it. Launched in 2004. Had this, like, you said 20, it was about 30 grand from my dad. And I just, I just knew it was something good, and I started marketing it with Google AdWords. So in month one, I probably spent $400 on AdWords, got 3 customers. Then I took that money, funneled it back in, spent like $500 on AdWords, got 6 more customers, and just did that year after year after year, and just kept building it up into something better. And we from a very early point focused on the paid customers, because we felt that this was a thing of quality, and that was our sweet spot. We weren't interested in having the most number of users. We were interested in having just people who really wanted that quality and were willing to pay for it.
So you start doing SEM, you get the virtuous cycle going. You start acquiring customers for $100 a pop or something?
Cost to acquire back then, I actually don't recall. It's changed a lot over time. It was probably lower than that. Actually, we did our AdWords back then under the keyword blog. We never did stuff under like build a website. So we were kind of focused on that, because I think back at the time that meant to people, I can publish something online. And whereas building a website might have been something more difficult for them. So yeah, it just really built up organically via that method. And
this is something I saw Mark Jeffrey make a nice comment on the things. What you can build in a couple of hours on Squarespace is probably what Razorfish, when we had Craig Kanarick on back in the day, they probably would charge you $1 million to build a website with that sophistication. So what were the other drivers of the business, and why didn't you go freemium? Why didn't you go like free and ad supported? Because obviously you have businesses out there like WordPress, Tumblr, Blogger. All these sites went.
Well, actually, when we started, none of those were around. It was, we launched around the same time that TypePad launched.
Wow.
So they were like the big competitor out there for us. And actually, we did have a free service for the first year. But I didn't have any external funding outside of my dad's money. So when it was given this choice at the end of the first year between having 98 customers who are uploading MP3s and paying for their server space, or just cutting them and focusing on the guys who are willing to commit to the product and believed in it, it was just a much clearer choice. I mean, if I had been inundated with money, maybe I would have thought differently. I would have gone for the growth or something like that. But I'm very happy with that choice, and we stand by it. So it allows us to do, just a more premium level of service.
Take me through this, what most people would consider a monster, I guess it's your B or C round, raise from Accel and Index Ventures. How did that go down? Did you use a banker? Did you do it yourself?
No. I mean, what do you mean B or C round? I mean, in terms of size or in terms of which?
It's Series B, Series C. Was it a Series B or C? And it's obviously a large round.
I think it's a Series A. I mean, we had not raised any other capital up until that point.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Wow, so you were just funded off of revenues and your pop's $30K.
Completely self-funded up to $100 million.
Dad giving you $30K, is your dad blown out wealthy and your trust fund kid, or is like that meaningful money to your dad?
No. I mean, actually, I always talk about the story of getting that money from him. It was a 3-hour fight for me to get that, that 30 grand. I mean, and this is at a point where, I've been a programmer for a very long time, and I've held a lot of, jobs in programming. And I had worked on this product for, 8 months, 9 months. And all I needed to do, I was just at the point where it was like, the only thing I can do without money is buy the computers. And you need to help me buy the computers. I can't make the computer. I can make everything else. But it was this massive, massive, massive fight to get that money. And he ended up getting, 5% of the company for it. So he's really, really happy. I mean, it was a very fulfilling thing. I mean, I think that was his best investment ever.
So your dad turned 30K, I'm going to estimate, into $4 or $5 million. I mean, you made your dad a millionaire.
That's true.
I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, I think
it's a great thing. It's one of the greatest feelings from the whole experience.
I bet you're as proud as that as you are of Squarespace.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing thing. It's really good. So I mean that, I mean, so no, I always had a computer growing up, but it was nothing, particularly special. So.
And so tell me about this Accel Index Ventures round. You're obviously building the company for a couple of years. You get into a couple mils in revenue. It's pretty impressive. You got the VC salivating. What do they start circling? They got. They start calling you, they start emailing. How does this wind up going down? Take us through the details.
I mean, sure. So, they've always been around, right? But I think over the past 2 years, Squarespace started to hit a level of growth that was just a complete departure from where it's been. And there's 2 key drivers to that. One is actually that we had some incredibly successful advertising in the podcasting space, which, just kind of helped us get to a next plateau level of growth. And the other thing is, about 2 years ago, we launched version 5 of our product, which is what you're using right now, which was a rewrite of a lot of the interface in JavaScript and things like that. It was a very forward-thinking move. I mean, we cut off IE6 at the time, all that. It was pretty controversial, but ultimately, a great move. So, I mean, the VCs they've always been interested, but when it really started to take off, then of course they got really interested. And I mean, my line through the whole thing is that, we've been independent for 6.5, 7 years. I mean, back then I was 6.5 years. I mean, I don't need to take any of this money.
Right.
So, if the terms aren't met, that's fine. I'll just keep growing it. I mean, in fact, it was funny because someone from Sequoia called during this time, and we didn't speak extensively with Sequoia in the second round, but, they had talked to me 5 years ago, and back then, we were making $500,000 in revenue, and I was like, hey man, we're 20x when we last spoke. And he just goes, it was a phenomenal feeling.
All right, there you go. 28 minutes in and 7 seconds. We get our first curse word. By the way, Anthony, now you have to put $20 in the jar for the for the techs here to go get drinks at Warsaw. Next time you're out in LA, we have a rule: if you curse on the show, it's $20 to those guys and their beer fund.
I'm surprised it took me 28 minutes, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 28 minutes in. If you want your business to succeed online, it has to stand out, and that's why you need a beautiful, world-class website. The good news is you don't have to hire an expensive designer anymore, nor do you need a bunch of developers. No, Squarespace has all the tools you need to claim your domain and start building your company. Hey, maybe you got a product to sell. Maybe you want to show off some samples of your work. Maybe you've got a new service you're providing. Well, Squarespace is the all-in-one tool you need for your business to grow and flourish. And they offer beautiful templates. Maybe you want to start an online course, or you're scheduling appointments for people. Maybe you're generating client invoices. All of that is built into the product. Everything you create with Squarespace is pre-optimized to show up in search engines as well. So you don't need to hire some expensive SEO person. Nope. They're building your meta descriptions. They're setting you up with an auto-generated sitemap, and the SEO is done before you even get started. Plus, there's a new AI-powered feature. It's called Blueprint, which makes it easier than ever before to customize your website and make it really pop. So check out squarespace.com/twist for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/twist to get 10% off your first website or domain purchase. That's squarespace.com/twist.